literally crashed his car into the side chick's house. You can't be stupid and be a cheater and be a liar. Like, you have to pick one struggle. And he's like, oh my god, I just crashed my car. Oh my god, Dakota, I literally just crashed my car into someone's house. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to another story time. Today I wanted to do a story time for you guys because I know it's been minutes since I did story time, and I apologize about that. I'm trying to find like a schedule that works for me basically, and I actually want you guys to let me know what days would you like me to post, because I was thinking maybe like Thursday and Sunday, but that doesn't seem to be working for me, so maybe like Friday and another day. I don't really know, so I'm gonna ask y'all what you think I should do, because you guys are the important ones here. Let me know if Thursday uploads or Friday uploads for I feel like Friday would be fun because like, you're getting right like right for your weekend, like you can get ready, do your makeup. Which, speaking of makeup, are we doing get ready with me? I think we are. I'm gonna tell you guys an Adrian story time too, so we're just like gonna sit down, spill some tea, do some makeup, like just the aura of my channel. Okay, so if you are new here, why don't you hit the subscribe button? My name is Dakota. I do a ton of content, like advice content. I do story times. I also have a podcast, a self-development podcast called The Millennial Empath. If you were to subscribe to it, I would be greatly appreciative. All my links for social media are always in the inbox, wow, description for your convenience. And I just want to get right into it, girl, because it's been a minute since I told story time. I miss you guys. I hope you guys have missed me. So I want to just do a quick intro today, okay? Because like, we don't got time for it. And by the way too, when I'm doing my makeup, I'm gonna be using a special company's lashes today. I am a lash connoisseur. If you guys know me, like when you hear my name, you hear lashes. Like lashes are my, like are me. Like I love lashes. Like I will be, when I die, the makeup artist better put false lashes on me or I will literally haunt her for the rest of my freaking life. I'm not over exaggerating. Like, a bitch needs lashes. These are amazing. A company sent them to me. A small business owner sent them to me. And when I tell you these are my favorite lashes I've ever used, I'm not even being paid to talk about this. I'm doing it for free because like that's how freaking good these lashes are. So stay tuned for that. We all know lashes go on at the end. So grab your wine, grab your snacks, drinks, whatever you need. Grab a notepad on what not to do. I'm having some kombucha because like we're being healthy. I know, boring, right? What the fuck? So, cheers to story time. Let's get into it. This story time is going to be about the time that Adrian literally crashed his car into the side chick's house. Now, if you aren't familiar with my story times, if you're first time here, I highly suggest that you go into my playlist and watch the first, second, and third Adrian story time to kind of get up to speed about who Adrian is, who Amanda is. But in a nutshell, if you don't feel like doing that, which like you should, again, it's like Vampire Diaries where you watch episode 1 and then you try to skip to the last episode and it's like, how did Elena end up with Damon? Like what happened to Stefan? So in a nutshell, I was with a really narcissistic, abusive, mentally abusive relationship, and he basically cheated on me with this girl, Amanda. These are all fake names, by the way, but the story's real, unfortunately. And me and Amanda ended up like talking, getting in cahoots, and basically like confronting him together. Girl, it's a whole hot mess, but basically y'all need to go check that out. So I call Amanda the side chick, but like I don't really know if she was. Like I don't want to refer to her that way because I don't want to like disrespect her or anything. I don't have any issues with her at all. It's just, it kind of makes the storyline sound a little bit better. So this isn't exactly going off of my last story time. It's kind of like that middle in between lines. This is before I found out that she was pregnant, before I found out all of the things. So I think I told you guys a little bit about, I don't have a mirror in front of me. That would probably help. Hold on. So basically I had told you guys about how like our whole relationship in the beginning was just completely on and off. Like one day we'd be together, the next day that he would, you know, we wouldn't. I told you guys about the October girl where essentially he was dating me and her at the same time and things like that. So there was just a bunch of like just horse shit going on, literally like back and forth, up and down, up and down. So I think that this was like, I was talking about that period in a story time where me and him were actually like on pretty good terms. Like we were good from like December to like April, and then May hit and I ended up going into his Facebook and finding Pandora's box, basically. Y'all really need to go watch the old story times if you haven't been caught up to speed yet. But essentially, this was like around that time we were doing pretty good. And I want to say, I'm not 100% positive, but I want to say it was like either February or March that this happened. Because I remember it was like still kind of cold out. And basically we got to a point, and I told you guys like with Amanda that like that was like his girl, like one of his girl like best friends, and like I didn't really like her because we had like a past situation that I'm not going to touch on because it would just reveal way too much information of who this person is, and I don't want to do that because she's not like a horrible person or anything. I don't have any issues with her at all. So essentially it was around this time me and him just kind of like kept like getting into like little fights about her because I just felt like, you know, he was always spending like so much time with her, and then I would see like texts between them and I feel like they would just be like inappropriate or taken out of context. And I always knew that like she had a crush on him, but he could never see it, or maybe he did see it and he just liked it just to fill his ego because his head was freaking too big for his ears. But anyway, besides the point, I feel like he just was never listening to me. And so it finally got to the point where he was like, you know what, this is before he said he was gonna stop hanging out with her, and then I found out she was pregnant. But he was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stop hanging out with her.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying? Oh my god, stop fucking lying.
Because I don't want to hear you anymore. And I'm like, no, you don't have to stop hanging out with her. I would just like some boundaries established because I feel like there's just too much wiggle room here for her to think that you guys can like text like this. Like, it's weird. And he's like, you know what, no, I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna distance myself from her. Like, she's kind of like drama anyway, whatever. And I just let it go. I was like, you know what, do what you want, I don't care anymore.
Stupid.
So basically he said that he was going to stop hanging out with her, okay? Which didn't happen. I found out that they hung out all the freaking time behind my back without me even knowing, but she didn't know that he had told me that they were going to stop hanging out. We were in this like really weird period where we were just on and off constantly, and there was this one time where we were like off, but it's like it was weird because he would never like let me go fully. It's like he would let me go halfway, but he wouldn't let me go fully enough to the point where like we weren't talking or anything like that. And it was just really weird and very confusing. If you're in a relationship like that, just get out, because when a relationship is like anointed and brought to you by like God or the universe, there's no confusion. And I was always confused. Like, it was just always like, where the fuck is Waldo? I don't know. One period of time where we were kind of like a friends with benefits type of thing, which I hate to even say because I look back and I'm just like, girl,
are you not ashamed of yourself? Are you not embarrassed? This is really embarrassing.
Why? Like, you literally let this kid have his cake and eat it too. Like, why the fuck would you do that? Times where like I will get so mad at myself because like I know that I did things that literally enabled his behavior, but I was young, I was in love, like this was my first love, so I just have to remember that and give myself a little bit of slack. There's this one time we were just like, we argue so freaking much, we're always in a fight, we're always breaking up and making up, let's just be friends with benefits. And it's weird because I feel like when we actually got along way better, probably because there was nothing for us to fight about, because like we're friends with benefits. I technically can't get mad at him like for doing certain things, and then same thing with him and me. Like, it was just, I don't know, but then it didn't end up working out. But anyway, we were like awkwardly like friends with benefits. And I remember he was such an asshole. I remember there was one night where like he had come over and he was like sleeping over, and we were getting along like really, really well. Like, I remember he was just like,
oh, I wish you could be like this all the time. Like, you're so much cooler when like we're not official. And I'm just like,
stop it. Get some help.
because you're doing stuff and I'm not finding out about it. That's probably why, you fucking idiot. But anyway, basically we were still doing the same stuff. Like, he was still calling me babe, we were still saying I love you, like the whole shebang. But yeah, we were just friends with benefits. And during this, he was still telling me that he wasn't really hanging out with Amanda because like she was just drama, whatever, and that was that. And so he was like, yeah, no, we haven't been hanging out. If I've been hanging out with my, because she was a part of this like friend group he hung out with, and he was saying to me like, oh, if we hang out, you know, it's just me and that friend group, and she doesn't really come. If she does, we don't really talk that much, but like I don't hang out with her by myself. And like I just don't really give her like that much attention because I want her to like get the hint. I stupidly believed him, but also I was in a period where I couldn't really ask him because we were just friends with benefits, and I don't have those rights. Friends with benefits is so fucking stupid, by the way. Like, can we just talk about it for a second? Like, one person always ends up having more feelings than the other. One person always feels like they can't fully be themselves. One person is always way more into it than the other. Like, friends with benefits should literally just be like abolished, okay? Like, let's just let go of that. Like, let's not do that. Like, I don't know. I've never heard of a friends with benefits that actually ends up working. And I will never in my life do that again. I am not a friends with benefits type of girl. But I think it was like one of those things where I was just like, I want him in some way. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if it's just like, I want him in some way, even if it's just as a friend. Like, I don't know. When you're in like a very narcissistic, abusive relationship, they make you think that you need them. And it's to the point where you actually believe it and think that your existence without this person is like literally nothing. And that's what I thought. I'm like, who am I without him? No one's ever gonna love me the way he does, even though he wasn't shit, so I don't know why I thought that. But anyway, October comes, and I remember my mom was having this like Halloween party, and I remember the same day I had to go and get my car fixed. And this was actually a period of time where we stopped talking. So we did the whole friends with benefits thing, and then, you know, obviously I ended up probably bitching about something. He was probably talking to some girl, or I caught him in something, and we completely stopped talking. And he was like, I just need to get myself together. I'm depressed. The whole, like, the same excuse that he makes every single time. I'm depressed. I need to be myself so I could be a better man for you, blah, blah, blah. And so I'm just like, okay, so like, what does that mean? Does that mean that we're not talking? Does that mean that we're still gonna do this? Like, what is it? He's like, I think that we just need to like stop talking, and then once I get myself together, we can get back together. And I'm like, okay, well, that doesn't work for me, because that means that you're gonna go and do whatever with whoever, and I'm just gonna, what, be stuck here waiting for you? Like, you expect me to wait for you? And this boy literally said verbatim,
It's like if I was locked up and we were in a relationship while I was in prison.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
why did I do this to why? Like, cut the cameras. Like, cut the fucking cameras. I'm using this new palette from ColourPop. It's called Nude Mood. I used it on my friend Christina for her birthday this weekend, and it is, oh, look at that. This color right here. Fire. And he literally was like, it's like as if I were to get like locked up or something, and we were gonna be in a relationship while I was in prison. Like, you know, like we wouldn't talk. And I'm like, okay, but you're not going to jail, so oh god, stupid. So I was like, you know what, if you feel like you need a break from me to get yourself together, and you feel like you can't do that with me, then who am I to tell you no? Like, who am I to tell you what to do with your life? Okay, whatever. That lasted for like maybe 6 days, and I remember I was so sad, you guys. I was so fucking sad. I literally used to get so depressed about this relationship that I would take days off of school. Not a lot, because like school was important to me, college was important to me, but like I would be too depressed to go to school. Like, I couldn't imagine like getting in my car, going to the parking garage, finding a freaking spot. If you live in New Haven, you know how dreadful parking is there, walking all the way there, getting in class. Like, it was ridiculous. So I remember it was like October, and my mom was having a Halloween party, and I brought my car to my mechanic's house, and I remember I had my friend Alex pick me up. And when I was on my way home, Adrian had kicked me, because that's how we used to talk. Like, we would text, but sometimes we would just use kick. It was so fucking stupid. But he kicked me, and he was just like, I miss you so much, I can't do this anymore, like blah blah blah. And I'm like, well, okay, like what do you want me to do? Like, you're telling me you want me one day, you're telling me you don't the next, you're telling me that you want to act like you're freaking locked up in prison and not talk to me. Like, what do you want to do? And he's like, I definitely can't like see myself getting back in a relationship right now, but I do still want to talk. Like, I want us to be talking, basically. Like,
Is it crack, cocaine, or meth you smoke? What type of drugs you want?
he wanted us to be talking. I think what it was is that he realized with friends with benefits that I could do what I wanted, and that he couldn't say anything about it. And I think that irked him. So he was like, let's just go back to talking, but like we're not gonna be like officially in a relationship. Like I'm just not ready for that yet. And I'm like, okay, I understand that, but again, like where does that leave me? Like, are we not gonna talk to anybody else? Like what's going on? He's like, I don't know, it's just like it's too much, let's just like start talking again. So my dumb ass of course agrees to it. I'm like, whatever, having him in some way is better than having him in no way at all. So that night I go to my mom's Halloween party. It was pretty fun, but like the whole night I'm kind of bummed because I'm just like, damn, like I wish he was here. He was supposed to come, but then we broke up. And everybody was like in, you know, cute like couples costumes. I'm 27 years old. I've never matched with somebody for a costume before. I'm always single during Halloween. Why is that, God? Please tell me. Like, what's the fucking reason? Halloween comes and goes. And then, you know, during that time, I ended up finding out he was dating that October girl, whatever. So that just is like the tumultuous, like back and forth that our relationship was, okay? So then December, January, February comes and rolls around, and we actually start getting back like really good. Like we start not really fighting anymore. We're going on a ton of dates. I haven't caught him doing anything. He's expressing himself more to me, and then he actually asked me to be his girlfriend again. And it's fucking hilarious because we were at Buffalo Wild Wings. That was like our spot. And we were sitting there and we were eating. It was like,
I brought you out to ask you to be my girlfriend again.
And girl, when I tell you I was mid chicken wing bite again, I looked at this man and I was like, what? He's like, yeah, I brought you here to ask you if you wanted to be my girlfriend again. Like we've been doing really good. Like you know, we haven't been fighting. You haven't had an attitude. Because that used to be his thing, was that he said I always had an attitude with him. I'm like, because I catch you with girls all the time? Like, okay. And he's like, yeah, you haven't had, like, your attitude's like pretty good, and you know, like he's like my fucking dad or something, and I want to get back together. And I was like, okay, yeah, sure, like let's do it, because we were good for a while. And he's like, that's the last time I'll ever break up with you, I promise. That girl should have been a red flag right freaking there, but of course I don't listen. So I was like, okay, cool. And it was fucking hilarious because the waiter actually brought out the bill, and like when we were all talking and stuff, because like, you know, when I'm out to eat, I like to talk to my waiters and waitresses and get to know them and stuff, and like vibe with them, because they're people too. And you know, they have hard days, and I'm sure that they want good, you know, tables and stuff. So I always like to just treat them really well and talk to them and stuff. And so he was like, oh, are you guys like together? And we were like, yeah. And he's like, oh, how long? And we were all just talking. So I guess when the guy brought the bill out, he was expecting for Adrian to pay because that was my boyfriend. And when it comes out, he kind of looked at me and I looked at him, and I was like, what, do you want to like go half or something? And he's like, yeah, do you mind? So you brought me out to ask me to be your girlfriend again after all the fuck shit you put me through, yet you want me to pay my half? Okay. And guys, this is also before the whole like Nikki situation. This is before we even like moved in together. This is like an old story. I told you guys I was gonna give you the big ones first and then go back to like the small ones in the middle. So when the waiter came to get our check and he saw we were splitting it, he looked at him and he gave him like a look, and he was just like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, and I think that Adrian got embarrassed, so he took my card away and he was like, oh.
She always does this. She always wants to pay her half. Like, she's so independent. She makes me feel like if I don't let her pay, that I'm gonna like make her feel bad. He's like, I told her not to put her card in. And he
literally took my card out and was like, here, just put it all on mine.
Stop it. Get some help.
Where do they do that at? Where do they do that at? Somebody freaking tell me, because I don't know. Like, I literally could not believe that this boy was dead ass trying to make it look like I insisted I put my card on there, because he got embarrassed because the waiter came over and was probably like, dude, what the fuck? Like, you don't let your girlfriend pay. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that just tells about like the narcissistic, egotistical Adrian, right? So that's just as a little piece of like how we got back together before all this happened. So what ended up happening was we got back together and we were really good for like a month, right? And there was this one night where he said that he wanted to go to his friend's house, and I don't remember for the life of me what his friend's name was, so we're just gonna call him Caleb. Okay, you guys, before I continue with this, I just really quickly want to shout out a small business and do a small business promo. Somebody hit me up on Instagram who has a lash line, and after looking at them, I absolutely freaking fell in love with them. She sent me a whole package, you guys, of like literally, I think there's like 12 lashes in there. Look at how cute this packaging is. It's a freaking suitcase. It's a suitcase. Do we see this? How freaking cute is this? I'm a sucker for packaging, and this is like absolutely freaking adorable. So you open up the little luggage, and each comes with a cute little scrunchie. Everyone is different, by the way. Everyone is different color. A cute little spoolie, and the spoolies actually match up with the whatever color that the luggage is. A pair of lashes. These are my favorite. These are called Round Trip. This is what I'm going to be wearing today. These are my absolute, all the lashes are bomb, but these are my absolute like favorite lashes in the whole entire collection. And the brand is called Hi Killa. This is their info right here. And on the back here is the Instagram, the email, and the website. I'm actually going to leave the website down below, because if you use my code, which will be displayed up here on the screen, you can actually get a percentage off of your order through them. I'm just gonna show you guys the other ones as well. There's like literally 12 lashes in there, but they all come like this. So like one looks like this with the scrunchie and the spoolie and the lashes. One looks like this. Like they all come in little luggages. How freaking cute is that? Oh my god. Like literally so cute. And all the spoolies match up with the luggage, and he just comes with a scrunchie and a pair of lashes, a spoolie, and a business card. Like, how fucking cute is this packaging, girl? You freaking absolutely killed this. This girl is so talented. Like I said to you guys, I literally am a lash connoisseur. These lashes, the Round Trip ones, are like, just look at them. Look at how gorgeous these are. They're so full and fluffy and accentuated and like wispy. They're my favorite. They're the ones that are called Round Trip. When I tell you guys, I have gotten so many compliments on these lashes. These are even better than like the Amazon ones that I put y'all onto. So freaking good. So if you guys are interested in checking out Hi Killa lashes, please click the link in my description box, and I will leave my code so you can get a percentage off your order. Like when you guys see me put these on, you're gonna want to go to her website right away and order all of them. All of them are amazing, but these are like, oh, my freaking babies, my holy grail, my go-to. I'm gonna order like 12 of them once these are done because they're so freaking good. So go ahead and check out my girl. You will not regret it. She is so talented. Like, I feel like people that wear like makeup the way I do like know how lashes should look, and there's a pair of lashes in here for like every type, like your natural kind, your not so natural glam type, your soft glam, or the days where you just want to go like drag queen crazy. There's a pair of lashes for each and every individual look that you want. There's a ton of them, so go ahead and check her out because she is so amazing at what she does. And thank you so much for sending me these lashes. Like when I got this package, I was freaking shook. Thank you so much, girl. I appreciate it. Now let's get back into the story time. So he was like, oh yeah, Caleb wants to hang out tonight. I'm gonna go over there and we're just gonna like play video games and we're just gonna hang out and like do boy stuff. And I was like, okay, like whatever, go have fun. Like I told you guys, at this point we were back in a relationship. There was no more friends with benefits. There was no more up and down. Well, yeah, there definitely was up and down, but like there was no like wondering what we were. Like we were full-fledged back into a relationship again. And he told me, like, you know, when we get back, he's like, no more lying. Where's the glue? Oh. He's like, you know, like, no more lying. I'm not gonna lie to you anymore. I'm gonna always be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you, like, you know, what's up. Like, if I'm feeling something, I'll tell you about it. If like blah blah blah, whatever. So I was like, okay. Like I trusted him. Like I trusted him at this point to tell me what was up, and if, you know, he did something, he was going to tell me about it, or like I could let him go and not have to worry about what he's doing with his friends. Like I thought I could trust him. So I was like, okay, yeah, no problem. Like, go to Caleb's house. Cool, awesome, fantastic. Why do I give a fuck, right? And also during this time, he was like super into vaping, so he had this, like, he would like go to like vaping competitions and stuff and like try to win because he thought he was like the world's next best vapor. And so he was a vapor, so he was like, yeah, we're also just gonna like practice like vaping and stuff. We're just gonna hang out and do guy stuff. I'm like, okay. And on the way there, and this is why I'm saying like God will always provide, because on the way there, he was like, oh babe, hold on, I have to find street parking. I can only park on the street here, and I have to find street parking, and I can't find it anywhere, so let me hang up and call you back. Remember, he said that I have to find street parking because there's only street parking here. Remember, he said that. Ladies, always pay attention to details. Always pay attention to details, because the proof is within the pudding. He told me that. I said, okay. And I was like, all right. So I hung up, whatever. A couple minutes later, he called me back. And I don't know what it was, but he just sounded like he was lying. Like, you know what I'm talking about when a guy just like sounds like he's lying? He just sounded like he was up to some fuck shit, and I didn't know what it was though, obviously, and I wasn't gonna go accusing him because we had been pretty good lately. So I was just like, okay, like I'll let it go. He's going to Caleb's, whatever. And this is a friend's house that he had talked to me about before. Like, I knew who this person, like I never met him in person, but like he would always like Snapchat when he was there, like them just like hanging out or whatever. He had like a little, I think he had like a little like back garage or something like that, where he would like have his friends over and play video games and stuff and just hang out and vape, whatever. So I didn't care. Do you guys see how beautiful? Like, oh my God. These lashes are fucking amazing. Again, round trip, the best ones. Oh my God, they're so good. So I didn't like doubt him, but like he just sounded like, I don't know, he was like being like stuttery and like shaky in his voice, and like just fucking weird, okay? And at this time, it had been so long since I've heard about Amanda. Like, he hadn't said anything about her. Like, even when he went to go hang out with like that group of friends, he actually was kind of like slowly not hanging out with them anymore either. And even if he did, like, he would Snapchat, like I wouldn't see her in the background. So like I didn't know what the hell was going on, but I hadn't heard from her about her, anything about her in a long time. So I was just like, okay. He's like, okay, I'll text you when I'm in there. I'm like, okay. And then that's that. So time is going on and I'm not really hearing from him, and I'm kind of just like, what's going on? Like, normally he'll like Snapchat when he's like with his friends. Like, he was that type where if he was somewhere, like he would always like Snapchat it. He'd always be on, because Snapchat was like bigger than Instagram. I think this was before Instagram had stories. So he would always be Snapchatting and he wasn't. So I kind of thought that was weird, but then I was like, oh, maybe they're just like having like an intimate like just like they're having like bro talk or whatever. I don't fucking know. So I just let it go. Like, I didn't think too much into it. And then I kind of stopped hearing from him. So I'm just like, what's going on? But I don't blow up his phone or anything because I'm trying to not be crazy anymore. I'm trying, like, you know that meme that's like, I don't know why people are afraid to double text, like, buzz buzz bitch, it's me again. Like, that's literally me. Like, I don't care. Like, I will blow up your phone. Like, don't test me. That's just the freaking Pisces in me because we're crazy. But I was trying not to be crazy. I was like, Dakota, go back into this with a new mindset. Don't be crazy. Don't be like, I just think it's funny how, like, just let it go. Don't be crazy. Oh my God, these are literally, like, I don't even have to do the rest of my face. Like, it just looks so good. I'm obsessed with these lashes. But that's the thing about like fuckboys. It's so funny because when I first was like about to start YouTube and I was figuring out what I was gonna like, you know, do like for story times and stuff, the Adrian series was gonna be called Fuckboy Chronicles. It's like literally that's Adrian in a nutshell. But I was like, like that's kind of mean. Like, even though he's not like the best person ever, I was like, Dakota, don't do that. So it was actually going to be called Fuckboy Chronicles, but then I decided to be nice and just call it the Adrian series. So we just left it at that. But anyway, what I was going to say is that's like what fuckboys do, is that they'll always make you think that you're crazy, or they'll always make you think that you don't have a right to get mad or upset, or like, you know, like it wasn't even like that. This is what I'm always talking about. You're always acting crazy. This is why we can never be together. Like, they always make it seem like it's you, especially narcissistic fuckboys and manipulative liars. They just always make it seem like it's you. So I was just like, all right, no, like I'm not going back into this being crazy. Let me just chill out. Even though that was actually my intuition telling me, girl, something's about to go down. And oh my God, if I only knew. It goes on, I don't really hear from him much, and I kind of was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna take my ass to bed instead of like wilding out. Like, let me just go to sleep. Let me just like not freak out on him, even though I really badly want to just pull up right now. I'm gonna chill out. I get a call on my phone at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I'm just like, well, damn, this better be like my mother calling me to tell me that like she just found out that I have a cousin from 3 years ago that popped up, or like that I secretly have a twin sister that I never knew about. Like, this must, like, if you're gonna wake me up out of my sleep at 3 in the morning, it better be life or death. So I actually ignored it. I rolled over and I went back to bed. But then I get a call again, and I'm like, oh, okay, let me see who it is. So it's Adrian, and I'm like, hello? And he's super frantic, super like, just like all over the place. And he's like, oh my God, I just crashed my car. Oh my God, Dakota, I literally just crashed my car into someone's house. I'm like, what are you talking, hello? Like, like, who is this? What's going on? Like, I'm literally half asleep, and he's like, I literally just crashed my car into Caleb's like little like driveway thing. Like, I don't know what to do, blah, blah, blah. Like, I'm going crazy right now. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean you just crashed your car? Where are you? Like, what happened? Do you need me to come get you? And he's like, I just, so he like is like so frantic. I'm like, okay, calm down and tell me what happened. So I got him to like kind of like breathe a little bit and to just like stop hyperventilating. He's like, well, I was pulling out of Caleb's driveway, and Caleb has this little like river thing. It's like this little like, the way that, and this is what I'm saying, like, you can't be stupid and be a cheater and be a liar. Like, you have to pick one struggle. This boy was like, when he was put on the spot with lying, he was the worst liar in the world. When he had a lie already like conjured up and typed out and signed, sealed, delivered, like, he was the best liar ever. But like, on the spot, the worst liar on God's green earth. So he's like, I was pulling out of Caleb's driveway, and he has this little like thing, I can't explain it, it's kind of like a little like river thing. Like, it's like this little river, and there's like this little like ditch that's like right behind it. And I was pulling out, and I guess that I just like wasn't paying attention, and I literally crashed into it, and my car is stuck. It's not going anywhere. Like, it's literally like stuck in the mud. Like, I cannot get it out. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry, blah, blah, blah. And then part of me starts waking up and is like, wait, hold on.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
When you got there, you told me, hey, I gotta call you back because there's no street parking here, and I can only park on the street at Caleb's house because he doesn't have a driveway. If 2 and 2 is 4 and 5 and 5 is 10, then what the fuck is this?
If 2 plus 2 is 4, right? And 5 plus 5 is 10, okay. What the fuck is this?
I literally stopped him mid-sentence and was like, hey, whoa. You told me when you got there that you had to park on the street. So how are you parking in a driveway and backing out? And where is a river coming from? Like, did like fairy godmother come with her wand and all of a sudden there's a freaking river in the middle of this kid's, like, he told me that he was going to Bridgeport. Like, who has a river? If you're not from Connecticut, Bridgeport is like it's not the best town. And it's like, how do you have a river in the middle of your lawn in Bridgeport? Where do they do that at? Like, I'm so confused about it. I basically stopped him dead in his tracks, and I'm just like, yeah, that's great and everything, but this is what you told me. And he's like, literally, but like literally stuttering Stanley over here. I think like the lie he came up with was like, yeah, I mean, there is street parking, but there's like a little tiny like driveway, but like his parents are the only ones that can use it, and they don't want anybody ever parking in it, but his parents are gone on vacation, so he said I could park in it. So like I you know, like I was parked on the street, and then I got back to where like the, you know, his house was, and he told me that I could go ahead and I can go move my car into the driveway. That way, like, no one like you know, like side swipes my car. And I'm like, okay, so where's this river coming from? Like, if you're in Bridgeport, like, who has a river in their yard, or a little like pond in their yard?
That's suspicious. That's weird.
The fuck are you talking about? Like, that makes no sense. So he made up this whole entire elaborate lie, and I guess because I was like half asleep. I didn't really, like, I don't know, but I still had questions the next day. Like, it made no sense. I was like, you know what do you need me to do? And he's like, nothing, my parents are coming right now, but they're pissed. Like, they call, like, because he had to have somebody come and get him, and they had to call like a tow truck because his car was literally fucking stuck. Like, it was stuck and he could not get it out. And he was just like freaking out. He's like, yeah, they're so mad at me right now. Like, they're, because honestly, this kid, like, he put his parents through hell. He was always like getting into car accidents, or always like getting into trouble where they needed to come and help him. And like, he literally just got his car stuck in a ditch in a river in fucking Bridgeport, Connecticut. I don't even know where that happens at. And he had to call them, and it was like literally 3 in the morning. So he's like, my parents are coming, like, they're so mad at me right now. So he's like, I'm just gonna call you once I get home and I get everything settled, and like hopefully my car is okay. And this was like his 4th car, like, or no, maybe like his 2nd or 3rd car in like 1 year. This kid just had such bad luck with the cars, like, literally. So I was like, okay. I go back to bed, and I wake up the next morning, and he said like his parents had come and they were like so mad. The tow was like $200 and something, like, and it was like absolutely ridiculous, and how they were yelling at him and they were pissed and all this stuff, right? So I wake up the next day and I still have questions. Like, this doesn't make sense to me, because the way that he's just describing things, and the way that he's like, and then his story changed, and he said that it wasn't a river, it was like a little like tiny pond that his parents had like installed into like the backyard, like right before you go up to the walkway. Because like, this kid's had like a house, but then he had like a back house. It was like a garage or something like that. It wasn't like a garage because apparently he didn't have a fucking driveway, but it was like a, I don't know what you would call it, like not like an outhouse, but it was like a little house in the back, but it was like kind of like a garage where he would just have people over and they would like hang out and vape and play video games. So he was like, yeah, they like installed it right back there, and that's where I was parked, and I was trying to get out, but I couldn't, and I couldn't see it, and then I just ended up like crashing my car. And he said that right near the river there's this little, like, I'm gonna put a picture of it, but it's like this little like slanted walkway where it's like you walk over it, and there's like a cute little river right there. I'm asking questions, and I'm like, are you sure you were at Caleb's house? Are you sure you weren't somewhere else? Like, are you lying to me? And I gave him the option right then and there. I said, were you somewhere else? Because if you were somewhere else and you weren't there, just tell me now. I won't be upset. I'll be happy that at least you told me the truth, and you know, we can talk about it and get through it, whatever. But like, you said going back into this that we weren't gonna lie, we weren't gonna, you know, do the shit that we did last time, and it kind of seems like something's fishy right now. So I was like, I'm giving you the floor right here now to tell me what is up. Where did you really go last night? Because it doesn't sound like you went to Caleb's house. And he's like, I swear to God, I swear on everything, I was at Caleb's, I wasn't anywhere else. Why would you even think about that at a time like this? I just had to pay $250 for a tow. Why are you accused? Like, of course, you know, the narcissistic, typical, manipulative bullshit. That was Adrian. I kept it in my back pocket because I knew that he was not telling me the truth. But what was I gonna say? Like, I didn't know where he actually was. I didn't even know like Caleb's number. I couldn't call him and ask him, and even if I did, he probably would have lied to me anyway, because guys' friends are either hitting on you because they think that you're cute, or they're gonna have their boys' backs and lie to you. So your boyfriend's friends are not your friends. They're not. Don't think that they're your friends, because they aren't. So I let it go, but like I said, I keep it in my back pocket because I am no fool, and I just knew in my gut that something was up, and I knew in time, basically either time would tell or he would tell on himself. So, which is what usually happens. So I let it go. About, I want to say 3 weeks goes by. Not a month quite yet, but about 3 weeks goes by. And he was like, oh, hey, like, can I come over? Like, I haven't, you know, seen you in a few days. I want to come over. We can, like, watch movies, hang out, whatever. And I was like, yeah, absolutely, you know, come on over. So he comes over. We say hello. We start, you know, getting, like, our movie together. We were going to have, like, a movies and pajamas day and just eat yummy food and sit on the couch. I think it was, like, raining outside. It definitely wasn't, like, snowing. It wasn't quite winter. And I'm, like, so excited. I'm like, oh, this is going to be so much fun, whatever. His parents had kind of gotten over the whole car situation and let it go, and His car actually ended up being fine. Like the back part was like completely scraped, but it wasn't like as bad as he thought it was gonna be, so everything was good. So he goes and he's like, oh hey, can I go plug my phone in your room because like I really have to charge it. I haven't charged it in a bit. And I'm like, yeah, of course, like you know where the outlet is, go right ahead. And he's like, okay, cool. So he goes into my room, plugs his phone in, comes back out, and we're watching a movie. And I don't remember what movie we were watching. That's one part of my memory that is like kind of jawed, because I know that after I saw what I saw, I literally fucking saw red. But I don't remember what movie we were watching, but I remember it was like the middle of the movie and I had to go into my room to go grab something. I want to say that I wanted to go change my shirt because I'd spilt food on it. Is anybody else like that? Like when you're freaking eating, like you can't be trusted wearing white and you can't be trusted wearing certain things because you just literally are always getting food on yourself. Like that's literally me. So I had to go change my shirt. Did it, and then as I'm leaving the room, I don't know what it is. I don't know if it was an inkling. I don't know if it was like the universe being like, girl, you better go check that phone. But I literally was like walking by and I look over on the bed and it's just staring at me and it's just saying, read me, read me, read me, read me, open me. You know you want to, you know I have the goods. Open me and read me right now. If you don't, you're stupid and you're gonna regret it. So I like very sneakily acted like I was going to the bathroom, okay? So I go, because like the way that my house at the time was set up, the living room was here, the doorway was here, the bathroom was here, my bedroom was here. But if I had gone to my bedroom and gone to the bathroom, unless I made a lot of noise, he wouldn't be able to hear me. So I like went back into the living room and I sat down and then I was like, oh damn, I was like, I gotta go pee. So I go up and I go to the bathroom. And I don't actually go into it though. I shut the door as if I'm gonna go in the bathroom to make him think I'm in the bathroom. But really, I'm in the bedroom. So I go to my bedroom. I don't even lock the door because he's too stupid to turn around and even realize that I'm not fucking in the bathroom. And I open the phone and I start going through it. And I go into his messages with him and Amanda because that's the first message that's right there. And I'm confused because I'm like, oh, I thought you guys don't talk anymore. I thought you guys don't hang out anymore. Why is she the first message as soon as I open your phone? That's very suspicious. So I open up the messages and they were just talking about like something stupid, but then I saw that there was messages from like you know, like when you message somebody but then you go like a long time without messaging them and they'll message you like say like that day, and then obviously you can see the last time that someone messaged was like a couple weeks ago. So I saw that she had messaged him a few weeks ago and it was something like, I just sold my guitar to help you with your car. I'm so sorry that you had to pay that much for the tow. It's my fault. I should have told you to park somewhere else or on the street. I'm like first in my head I'm thinking, oh, like maybe she was there at the house and maybe when he got there like she picked up the, you know, Caleb's phone and told him, oh, Caleb said to park in the like in the mini driveway that fucking was all of a sudden there. But I'm like, no, let's do some more, let's be Nancy Drew and do some more further investigating. So I do that and I scroll up and I see that he never went to Caleb's house. He never went to Caleb's house. Caleb was not even a factor in this whole entire story. He went to Amanda's house. So there never was a Caleb's house. He conjured up this whole entire lie, this Cirque du Soleil, because basically the real story was that Amanda was having a party at her house because like her parents had gone away or something, and she was having a party and she wanted him to come, and so he went. But because he had told me that they weren't talking anymore and they weren't like really friends and he wasn't gonna hang out with her, he couldn't tell me that.
Why the fuck you lying? Why you always lying?
So he went over her house for a party, told me he was going to Caleb's house, and then what ended up happening was he was backing, because her parents have money, like money, girl, like money. So they live in like a pretty, you know, well put together town, and she has this like whole like pond river like in the front of her yard with a cute little like bridge. That's the word I was looking for before, was bridge. And I guess he parked in the driveway kind of like next to it and he was backing out, and his dumb ass freaking backed right into the river and literally got his car stuck in the mud to the point where it could not come out. And like literally I talked to her about this when I found out, like, you know, everything that went down, and me and her kind of like got in cahoots, and she told me, she was like, yeah, he literally crashed like right into that river, right into that bridge, and his car got stuck. And he literally had to call his parents at 3 in the morning. He had to get a tow and everything. They were like screaming at him. It was so embarrassing. So that part was true. It was just the location. So I go in there and I see the text messages, and I'm fuming. I'm livid. I am so mad. And I just look at it and I'm scrolling. And I'm like, I call his name. I'm like, Adrian. He's like, yeah. I'm like, come here.
Mommy?
Yeah.
I can't find my outfit in Piggy's book. Do you have it's not easy to wait. It's not easy.
It should be downstairs. Right in your shelf. It's in your
Are you
shelf.
in the video?
I was.
I want to say hi.
Okay, go ahead.
Is it on?
Mm-hmm.
Hi guys! Welcome back to my channel. Before we get started, click the subscribe button. Turn the notifications. Give me a huge thumbs up. Today guys, I'm going to bed in my pajamas, and I have llama pants on, and I have my Build-A-Bear stuffy, and her name is
Firefly.
her name is Evie, and her last name is Firefly, and her other's name is Cross. So we all say so all together it's Firefly, Evie, Cross. So I'm going to bed right now, which is boring.
Say goodnight.
It's not even like straight dark, but it's like sunset dark. And I don't really want to go to bed.
All right, say goodnight.
I want to play.
We'll do a video tomorrow, me and you. Come on.
I'm going to camp tomorrow.
And it's show and tell.
It's show and tell, and I'm reading Evie.
All right, come on, say goodnight.
Good night, guys. Good night, guys.
Okay, come on.
But guys, I want you to hear her.
Okay, come on. Come on.
Good night, guys.
And he's like, wait, where are you? I thought you were in the bathroom. I was like, nope, I'm in the room. I was like, come here. Like, come hither. Let's figure this out together. And he comes in and he just sees me on his phone, and he just like looks at me like, oh shit. Like he knew I knew. Like he just, there was no other way around it. He knew I knew. And he looks like he saw a freaking ghost, okay? And so I'm just like this, and I'm just like, what the fuck is this? What is this? And I just started going off. I was like, you are the biggest liar I've ever met in my entire life. I asked you so many times just to tell me the truth. I knew you were lying. Like, you are the biggest liar I have ever met on God's green earth. I was like, get out.
Because today, tomorrow, yes, the next day, and them days after that, period. You probably had the right idea, right, but the wrong bitch. Hello.
Get out of my house, go. He's like, no, I'm sorry, please, let's talk about it. It's just, if I told you, you would have gotten mad. Of course I would have gotten mad, but I would have respected you like this shred of a bit for telling me the truth. That was always his excuse. It's like, oh, but if I told you, you would have gotten mad, or if I told you, you would have broken up with me, or blah, 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 blah. And I'm just like, you know what? You are the biggest liar ever. We just got back together. We just had this mutual conversation of trust and bonding, and how we were going to freaking, you know, get better and not do this anymore. And you completely, again just broke my trust. And I don't even know what to say to you right now. I was so mad. I said, not only did you lie to me about not talking to her anymore, not only did you lie about not seeing her anymore, but you literally went to her house for a party, said you were going somewhere else, and the only reason why I found out about any of this was because you got in a car crash. And because I checked your phone. If I hadn't checked your phone, I would have not known about any of this at all. Like, how, like, did you really think I wasn't gonna find out? Like, it's me. Like, it's me. I was freaking livid. I was like, get your stuff and go. Ruined my movie night completely. I think I was more mad about my movie night being ruined, but like, so freaking mad. I was so mad, and I literally was like, I don't even know what to do with you right now. Just go. I want nothing to do with you. Goodbye. Leave. Go somewhere. And he did. I kicked him out and I literally ignored him for the rest of the day. I was so mad. I was freaking livid, like. And then this girl, yeah, and then she was talking about, she was like, I'm gonna sell my guitar, like I just sold my guitar because I want to help you out with the payment for the tow. Like, girl, that wasn't your fault. It's not your fault that he can't drive. Like he couldn't see the freaking river and the ditch behind him when he was pulling out. That's not your fault. Don't give him money for that. And he literally was like, no, don't worry, just I'll figure it out, don't worry about me, like making her feel bad because it was her house. Like, that's your karma for lying. Hello. But yeah, guys, that is the Adrian story time. That is the time about how my boyfriend crashed into the side chick's house. Don't forget to give this video a big like while you're at it. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and to click the bell in the corner to turn your post notifications on so you're notified of every single time I post a video here on YouTube for you guys. Also, don't forget to follow my podcast, The Millennial Empath. It's a personal development podcast I created for all of us to have a safe space together to share our thoughts and our feelings and to talk about things in the world that people just don't really talk about that are actually really important matters at heart. Don't forget to subscribe and rate to that. I would absolutely love that. And guys, please subscribe to the channel. We are almost at 10,000 subscribers. I cannot freaking believe it. I love you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. I am so forever indebted and grateful and like just so like gratitude. Like there's so much gratitude for you guys because I would not be able to do any of this without any of you. I read all of your comments, all of your DMs, and I just truly appreciate and love you guys more than you'll ever know. And I'm gonna stop getting emotional right now. Stop that. Disgusting. Thank you guys so much for watching, and today's post notification shout out goes to Kiana Hunani, and she said Dakota needs to make a self-love or self-improvement podcast or book. I do have a self-improvement podcast. A book may be coming sooner than you think. Let's just say that. And girl, thank you so much for writing that because it gave me the motivation to finally do what I've been wanting to do for so many years. I'm not going to talk about it because I'm just going to do it and you guys are going to see. But it's going to be a product that really helps you guys out and really just gives you a piece of my heart more so than I already do on here. And just helps you guys out and help you guys see your worth and basically like a survival guide to get through the craziness of life and just being a woman in general. But girl, thank you so much for the sweet comment. If you would also like a post notification shout out, all you have to do is click the bell icon in the corner. That way you're notified every single time I post a video here on YouTube so you can see more of my face every single week, because like why not, girl? Hello. And then when you comment done, I'll go ahead and shout you out in my next video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Also, don't forget to check out High Killer Lashes. These lashes are absolutely bomb. They speak for themselves. They go without saying. And if you use my code, which will be displayed right here, you can get a certain percentage off your order. So save your coin and get you some lashes and have a hot girl summer. Kill 3 birds with 1 stone, okay? I love you guys so much. Thank you for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.